Hello everyone, welcome. In this video, I'm going to take you through what we call tfvars. Okay, so we normally use this to override default values, and probably if you want to set up values for various environments like your dev or prod, okay, you can leverage on tfvars. Okay, so we have two options. You can either leverage on what we call terraform.tfvars, okay, or you provide what we called your own custom file name. Okay, so for example, you can call your own prod.tfvars or stage.tfvars. Okay, but the difference between terraform.tfvars and let's say prod.tfvars is Terraform will automatically read terraform.tfvars, whilst the prod.tfvars or your custom file name, you need to specifically provide the name of the file whilst you are allowing Terraform to read that particular file. So this terraform.tfvars will automatically be loaded. The prod.tfvars or any other file name, you have to specifically give the name of the file before Terraform can go off and read that. Okay, so that's the difference. Let's quickly go to my IDE and then we can explain this more further. So where is my, okay, here is it. Let's bring this up here. Right, let me clear the screen. Control L. Right, what we have here, okay, so we have our resource. So IAM access key user and then EC2. Okay, we have set up variable for it for all of them. For the username, simple user. The path is start. We got tags. We got the instance AMI. We got the instant type. Okay, set to t free micro. Right, so this is a default value. If I run Terraform plan on this, Terraform is going to read line by line and start reading this value that I have set. Okay, it will read this, okay, by running plan. Okay, if I want to override this, two options. I can leverage on the terraform.tfvars to override these values, or use what we call your custom file name, whatever you want. Okay, so let's leverage on the tfvars, terraform.tfvars. So we will say the name has to be terraform and then .tfvars. Okay, enter. Right, so watch this. So for now, actually, right, that's fine. We got this terraform.tfvars here. What we need to do is to override some of these values. Yeah, so this value, this one. So I will say here, let's say name. So what I'm saying is the variable name. So this is the variable name. Yeah, so variable name. Yeah, so I'll say name and then let's give, uh, come on, name. Yeah, let's say John Doe. Path and then instant type, let's go t to micro. So basically I'm going to override the t free micro. I'm going to override the path, okay, and I'm going to override that. Okay, so if I run plan on this one, okay, plan, okay, let's give it a minute. It's taking its time. So basically you could see, where is that, t2 micro, you see that, and then the, what is it called, so username John Doe, okay, and then the path, where's the path, where's the path, developers. Okay, so I've overwrite the default values here. Okay, if I didn't provide anything here, it would have used the default values. So this is tfvars. So I didn't actually provide the name of this. I only ran Terraform plan, and Terraform knows because the name of this file is terraform.tfvars. It knows that file needs to be loaded first. The next one, let's do any other file. Let's call this, let's say prod.tfvars again. Okay, right, and then enter. So on this one, let's copy this, but we're just going to change the few things on here. Okay, copy that into prod.tfvars. Let me paste this there, but instead of John Doe, let's say Doe. Okay. One second. Remove that. Let's put my name there. Done. Okay. Let me close the bracket on here. That's fine. And then the path. So for example, the path, let's just use the root path. Okay. So here, let's use, let's say T2 large. Okay. That's it. Yeah. So if I want to, so now can you see we got two files with two extension .tfvars, so prod.tfvars and terraform.tfvars. If I don't provide any file name, okay, for that extension, Terraform will use this. Okay, but if I want to override the variables with the prod.tfvars, okay, I have to say, let me clear the screen a bit. I will say Terraform, okay, plan, okay. So when I'm planning, I'm going to plan against the file that I want, my custom file name. So I'll say -var, so variable file. Okay, what file name? I'll say is equal to, what is the name of it? It's called prod.tfvars. Okay, and then I'll close it. I'll close it here. Okay, and then I'll go enter on that. Let's see what's going to happen. So Terraform will read. It's going through line by line, and then it's going to read. So this is large. Can you see instant type? We're overriding it large. Okay. And then the user. Okay. User. Can you see Daniel? Okay. And then yeah, you got the path as the root. Okay. So again, if I don't provide the path, okay, or the file name, and I run Terraform plan, okay, like I said, is going to use the terraform.tfvars. So this is the precedence if you have two files, okay. Pro.tfvars, terraform.tfvars is going to automatically read this file. So again, let's have a look. Let me click on that, and you see the values T2 small, sorry, T2 micro. Can you see that? Right. Again, if it has a separate file, let's say stage.tfvars, okay, you can verse. Okay. You can run your plan against that by mentioning the name of that file. Okay. I hope this helped, and you continue to leverage on TFVARs to handle your resources more dynamically based on the environment. So for example, if you are deploying it to stage first before production, you leverage on TFVARs. Okay. So you deploy to staging, let's say copy that. Where is that? Where is that? Where is that? Prod. Okay. So for prod, it was a bit bigger, but for stage, you want a small instance. Let's paste this there, and then you just change that. So in this, you're going to T2 micro in staging, and then all you need to do is to run your Terraform plan. What are you planning against to the variable file name? What is the file name? It's called stg, isn't it? Stg, okay, dot tfvars, okay, and then you press. Actually, let's close it. Let me see if it work. So sometimes it just close the the name of the file in inverted commas, but that's fine, it worked. Okay, so we literally running our terraform based on the environment. Okay, you leveraging on tfvars going forward. Yeah, I hope this helped. I will see you in our next video. Happy learning. Bye bye.